Hello, my friends. I'm back in the USA. I think I've been here three nights. And I just wanted to come in on here and ask you for one last favor. We just really need your prayers right now. My mom's really weak and she's really frail. And it's really horrible and torturous to witness this. So if there was ever a time for a miracle, we need one now. And your prayers for my family, they are really appreciated. I never thought that I love my mom as much as I love her. And I'm grateful for all the time that I've had with her on this journey. And it was like when this all started, it's like being in a fantasy world kind of in the beginning before it started, I felt like the best part of one of the best highlights of our lives as a family was our trip to Italy and Positano. And it felt like we were in Positano and we just got lifted up and we were put at the base camp of Mount Everest. And then they tell us, there's no way that you can climb this mountain. Like you're tourists, you're amateurs, you have no idea about climbing, you're not trained for this, there's no hope at all. And we just ignored that advice because we knew that the only way was up. And so we started climbing, and it was really painful, when in reality, being in Houston at that cancer hospital, it was one of the darkest places I've ever experienced. And then God graced us with wonderful guides, the holistic center, and God opened that door and he brought us there, and he did a supernatural work on our family because it was a Christian holistic center. Mom got deliverance, did some therapy, and she got released so much of the stress that she was holding on to, and she had so much peace from that whole experience. And we were surrounded by people who encouraged us, and we learned about health and about your body and how your body does have the ability to heal if you support it in the right manner, And George had deliverance because they said, when you're married, you're one flesh. And so he did his own deliverance and he got so much freedom from that. Chloe did a deliverance. She got so much freedom. I did deliverance. I got freedom from a spirit of rejection. And it was so helpful. So these were like our guides up this mountain that were climbing Mount Everest, and they were teaching us how to climb, and they were building our faith. And it got to the point, where I had to go back to Thailand, and I needed to bring Luke back because he needed to be back with his family, and that was the right thing to do, and that was what God wanted me to do. And I went back and I had a break, and I got to really focus on my health again and be with my family. And it was the last few days before I came back here were so hard on me because I wanted to be with Mom. I knew she wasn't doing well. She was doing well. She was improving so much. I mean, you saw it in that video when I said goodbye to her. She was speaking well. But then what happened is that she had a terrible seizure and she actually died. She foamed at the mouth, stopped breathing, didn't have a pulse. And they were able to open her mouth and put a drop of cayenne pepper oil on her tongue, and that brought her back to life. And after that, she wasn't the same anymore. She was in a wheelchair, and it was like she lost her spark, her fire, and the joy, and any joy. And it was like she was a different person. And I think she went to heaven and experienced heaven, but God sent her back for a reason, maybe to come back here and be with me and my brother and sister. And so it's like now we had to say goodbye to the holistic center because we felt like that was also the plan with God. Like, they were exhausted. They had tried so hard. I mean, most people wouldn't have even accepted a case like Mom with glioblastoma. And they tried so hard, and they poured their energy out, and they prayed for us, and they did their best. They did their all. We're so grateful for them. And God wanted them now to step out of the way and let us process this and get to the top of this mountain on our own. And I knew when I came back here, I was like, now it's like we're at the very top, and we're climbing, and we're going to reach the summit. And I know we're going to reach the summit no matter what that looks like, no matter what sacrifice that means, or what loss. But this journey has blessed our family so much, as painful as it's been. It's been the biggest blessing, because God could have just taken Mom by a heart attack. But this journey uprooted things, and it brought me and George, my family, together. And it showed who people really are and what's really inside people. And it was like a hero's journey, especially for me and George with being caretakers to her, and especially for Chloe for having a 7-week-old baby when this started, and then her having to take over the stores and take that responsibility on her. So it was like we really found an inner core and an inner strength and a faith. And I had so much hope and faith, like 100%, but now I'm at a point where it's so painful to see my mom like this, that I'm saying, like, God, we need a miracle, because I cannot watch her suffer. So I appreciate all of your prayers. I know that you've all gone through, most of you've gone through, well, you've all gone through horrible things, you know, but like people who've gone through cancer, I have so much compassion for everyone who's experienced cancer, because this is the most evil thing I've ever experienced when it does. But like I said, there's blessings in the suffering, and it's not for nothing. We suffer not for nothing. It brings us closer to God, and it builds our faith, knowing that this life is so short and so temporary, and eternity in heaven's going to be so beautiful and so wonderful, and all of our tears are going to be wiped away. We're going to be with Jesus. We're going to be eating the best food, and it's going to be so amazing. Thank you guys so much. See you in the next one.